Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about the contents of an imaginal act, the contents of a seed that you impress upon your subconscious mind. So if you haven't seen my videos before, I talk a lot about the concept that in order to manifest what you want, we have to construct a scene which implies that you already have the thing that you want. And by constructing that scene and bringing it into your imagination in first person point of view and feeling as if you're really there, it will construct a seed. And when that seed is dropped, it will manifest into on the screen of space into the thing that you want. So the seed itself contains a pattern. So when you manifest, what happens is when you construct this seed and the scene and it's compressed into a seed and dropped upon the subconscious mind, inside that seed contains the entire pattern of fulfillment. The pattern that would take, when I say pattern, I mean everything that would need to happen for you to get what you want. So for instance, if I imagined that I had $100,000, if I imagined it, that I had it in my hands, and if I successfully imagined it and pressed it on the subconscious mind and it manifested, what would be in that seed would be every interaction, every event that had to take place, every thought that would have to pop into my mind, and everyone else as well that would be involved. So the seed is an extremely powerful thing that contains all operations and movements, and every event that combined defines a bridge of events or a bridge of incidents which you will walk across unknowingly or knowingly, depending on if you're aware or not, and it will lead you exactly to your fulfilled desires. So the seed itself, you capture the image of what you want. And the seed, the DNA of that seed, has as its full ripened fruit or tree is the end result that you've sought. And so when you imagine, you're creating seeds. So the imagination is extremely powerful. It is the creative and operant power of this world. And so its entire purpose is to allow you to conjure up what you want or what you don't want, depending on what you're imagining. And in a miraculous, godlike way, it will construct these events and manifest on the world. And that's what miracles are made of. So this whole vast world is a combination of all the imaginal acts that you've ever done. And it's not just deliberately imagining in your mind, but it's also anything that's non-physical. So inner speech, inner feeling, emotion, inner conversations with others, your thoughts, imaginal scenes, your beliefs, your assumptions. Each and every one of those aspects, right? Each and every one of those spiritual sensations has the power in and of itself to construct a scene. And so when you deliberately take this information and you begin to construct your own scenes, if you're desirous of experiencing the world that you want, you can deliberately construct scenes which would imply that you already are the person that you want to be. You already have the things that you want. Other people already are the people that you think that they want to be or that they told you that they want to be. And the perfection that is in this seed is miraculous. And now I've seen this thousands and thousands of times, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of times. I've deliberately used this thousands and thousands of times. When I trace back to before I knew about manifesting, which was about 9 years ago now, you can begin to see how this whole vast world is created by thousands or millions or billions of imaginal seeds that are growing and ripening, flowering. And so when you impress a seed upon your subconscious mind, it doesn't instantly ripen into full fruition. Oftentimes, now there's a gestation period because each seed has its own DNA, its own structure that's unlike anything else. It will also take a time that is unknown to the human mind. We have no idea when a seed is going to grow in full fruition. And in fact, we don't know exactly when the seed is going to take root whatsoever. From experience, and what you'll notice if you begin to test this and keep track of all the manifestations that have unfolded, you'll begin to see that some seeds do not take root immediately. Sometimes there's perfect conditions that must be present for the seed to actually ripen into the ground. So it's very, very similar to how different seeds in the physical reality actually are. Some ripen in different seasons, some take a long time, some don't. And this is exactly how manifesting works. So the way that I perceive a seed, there's like a visualization that I have in my mind of how it works is like, so we imagine what we want, right? So now it's very important that we take the end result after the end, anytime after the end. And the reason for this is because within the seed is the full contents from the moment that you begin like imagining up until the moment that you've actually imagined, right? So it's going to stop essentially, or there's no guarantee that it will go anywhere after the end. And in fact, I've seen many people imagine before the end or just as they're getting to the end, only for that to manifest all the way through and then stop right before the manifestation is about to unfold. So it's very important, if you want something, if you really truly want something, you imagine after the end and not before. And this will ensure that you'll get to the end. And another thing is that seeds, if you plant a seed, the end, right? So say you want a relationship, or say you want $1 million, but then you go and try to manifest things in the middle, like a text message or a call or anything that is not the end, that will plant a seed that is separate from the actual seed that you've planted earlier. And so when that ripens, right? So say for instance, it is a relationship that you want or a marriage. If you imagine the middle, that may ripen and flower and manifest, but it is in no way related to the other seeds. So a lot of times what happens is seeds will ripen and flower if it's the middle, and then people will get confused or hurt. And this has happened to me thousands of times, right? Before I kind of figured all this stuff out or systemized this. And by the way, that's my entire goal, is to systemize manifesting, take it away from the mysteriousness and make it into deliberate step-by-step instructions by testing this, right? My entire life's purpose is to test and find all the caveats and intricate details of manifesting. And so over studying hundreds of clients, thousands of emails, and my own personal experiences, this is what I give you. And so I was going back about imagining the middle. If you imagine the middle, you can either mess up the manifestation because you are interfering with the plan that is already taking root, right? Because remember, inside the seed is a master, perfect, godlike plan, right? And so it will play out to fruition. But if you begin to mess with the middle, then you mess with the plan that's already unfolding. And I've oftentimes seen the opposite of what the person wants to unfold while messing with the middle. But anyway, back to how I visualize this. What I think of a seed, when I imagine the end result as if I already have it in first person point of view, I imagine a seed, and then I imagine this seed. It's essentially at the moment I imagine it and drop it, right? Because you have to drop it and stop imagining it for it to actually land in the subconscious mind and grow. But the way that I perceive it is like taking a seed and throwing it up in the air, right? At the instant you drop it, and you're not thinking about this, right? We've always been doing this. So the ideal situation is after you drop it to not think about it. This is what we've been doing ever since we drew our first breath, and we will continue to do this every moment of every day until our last breath. And so throwing it in the air, and that seed, the roots are like connected to any and all people that need to be affected or influenced for you to get your desire. So just picture the seed flying in the air, and its roots are connected to, it could be one person, 10 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, 1,000,000,000 people, all the people in the world, doesn't matter. I've seen it touch thousands and thousands of people. And while it's growing, it is influencing everyone. It's tapping into everyone's subconscious mind and giving them thoughts to move in such a way that in the end will get you your results. And so this seed is in the air doing all this work. And the thing about an imaginal seed is that it must return back to the sender, right? There's a Bible verse in Isaiah that talks about my word must come back to me void. It must come back to me and accomplish that which I have intended to do, and not void. And so that means that it's going to be cast in the air, and then at a certain point, it's going to do all the work, and then at the very end, it's going to land back down wherever you are in that perfect end result, and you will get exactly what you want. So it's a miraculous thing. Imagining creating seeds, you can create seeds for anything that you want. All you have to do is construct scenes using your spiritual senses, and with God as the human imagination, it will compress a seed into your subconscious mind, begin to take root, manifest. You will encounter a bridge of incidents. It could take a day, a week, a month, a year, 5 years. I've seen things take instantly within a split second, and I've seen things take 5 years for myself, or even sometimes longer. But generally, those things were things that could not have happened right away. But all things are possible. There's no limits whatsoever. So anyway, I hope you like this. If you did, definitely like this video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, sign up for my email list for unlisted videos at sovereignmind.com, and stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching.